I know that in this room, and for those listening from afar, there are souls exhausted from trying to be strong. There are unspoken cries. There are why questions, where the answer seems to be the silence of heaven. Perhaps you've felt small and insignificant, overwhelmed by the vastness of the universe, or burdened by hidden faults that feel impossible to overcome. It's easy to feel utterly alone in these moments, convinced that your voice is too faint to be heard amidst the grand symphony of creation. But I want us to discover a liberating truth together. God doesn't demand a happy song when our hearts are broken. He hands us a hymn book, and within it are the very notes of lament. He offers a safe space for your raw, unedited emotions, even those tinged with awe and perhaps a touch of fear over His majesty. We won't shy away from these difficult feelings. Instead, we will learn to transform our very sighs into a prayer, a genuine melody before the Lord. My heart goes out to all who are silently hurting. You are not forgotten, and your pain is acknowledged. Now, having acknowledged the initial dissonant notes of our pain, let's explore how the Psalms, specifically Psalm 19, lead us to praise God's revelation through both creation and the perfection of His law. Have you ever looked at the vast sky, felt the warmth of the sun, or pondered the intricate order of the world, and sensed a divine presence? Psalm 19 beautifully declares that the heavens proclaim God's glory, and the firmament displays His handiwork. It then seamlessly transitions to the perfection of God's law, which revives the soul and makes wise the simple. This psalm reminds us that God speaks to us through the grandeur of nature and the timeless truth of His word, offering wisdom and life. Unchanging promise. Psalm 19 verse 1, NIV. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands. This verse powerfully states that God's glory is evident throughout His creation, offering a constant visual testimony to His majesty and power. Story of overcoming. Consider astronomers or naturalists who, through their study of the universe, are moved to profound worship, seeing the intricate design and vastness of creation as a direct reflection of God's brilliance. Their scientific pursuits lead them to a deeper reverence for the Creator. Much like the psalmist, step of faith today. Take a moment to step outside or look out a window. Observe a piece of creation, a cloud, a tree, for the sky, and allow it to remind you of God's glory, prompting a silent or spoken word of praise. As we transition from the awe-inspiring revelation of God in creation to the profound embrace of His personal protection, let's turn to Psalm 91, a magnificent anthem of God's unwavering shield over our lives. If Psalm 19 fills us with wonder at God's universal glory, Psalm 91 offers the reassuring melody of His personal presence and sanctuary amidst all dangers. Have you ever yearned for a secure dwelling? A place where you are absolutely safe from life's perils? A haven from unseen dangers and overwhelming anxieties? This psalm promises just that, a dwelling place under the Almighty's shadow, a fortress against every threat, seen and unseen. It speaks directly to our intrinsic need for safety and peace in a world that often feels precarious and full of hidden traps. Even when we are recognizing the vastness of His creation, unchanging promise, Psalm 91 verse 4 NIV, He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. This beautiful imagery assures us of God's tender and formidable protection. Like a mother bird sheltering her young, God provides a secure refuge, a place where no harm can ultimately reach those who dwell in Him. Story of overcoming. Think of the many who have faced global pandemics, natural disasters, or immense personal dangers. They found strength not in their own might, but in clinging to the promises of Psalm 91. Believing in God's steadfast watch over them, they experienced peace amidst chaos, knowing they were held securely in His hands. Even when the world around them crumbled. Step of faith. When you feel overwhelmed by fear or danger, take a moment to visualize God covering you with His wings, and declare Psalm 91 verse 4 aloud as a personal prayer for protection and peace, trusting in His unfailing presence. Having explored both the majestic declaration of God's glory in creation and His perfect law in Psalm 19, and the comprehensive embrace of His personal protection in Psalm 91, we now transition from the initial notes of fear and uncertainty to a powerful crescendo of unwavering trust and confident assurance. The journey through these Psalms isn't about ignoring our vulnerabilities or pretending dangers don't exist. Instead, it's about channeling those concerns into a profound dialogue with our Creator, allowing His truth and His proven faithfulness to retune our hearts. It's realizing that, because God is both the author of all creation and our faithful protector, we can live with integrity and courage, anticipating His guidance and celebrating His cleansing power in our lives. Perhaps you've begun to feel a subtle shift in your spirit, a growing whisper of courage where there was once only apprehension, unchanging promise. Psalm 19, verse 14, NIV. May these words of my mouth and this meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight. Lord, my rock and my redeemer. This verse is a personal prayer for purity of thought and word, acknowledging God as our ultimate strength and deliverer. It unites our internal state with our external expressions. Story of overcoming. Consider missionaries or public speakers who must communicate profound truths under pressure. Their ability to deliver powerful messages often stems from a deep personal prayer that their words and hearts are aligned with God's will, trusting Him as their rock and redeemer to make their efforts pleasing to Him. Step of faith. Before engaging in a difficult conversation or task today, pause and pray. Psalm 19, verse 14. Asking God to purify your intentions and words, making them pleasing in His sight. We have journeyed together through the initial dissonant notes of pain and uncertainty, found profound wisdom and wonder in Psalm 19's declaration of God's glory, sought deep shelter under the protective wings of Psalm 91, and moved towards a steadfast declaration of trust and joyful assurance. This journey through the Psalms is a testament to God's willingness to meet us exactly where we are, transforming our fragmented melodies into a powerful symphony of healing and hope. You have embraced the wisdom of His creation and law, understood the depth of His personal protection, and found a pathway to renewed strength and pure purpose. Declaration of hope. No matter what the melody of my life may be, I still believe You are the conductor. Even if I cannot see the light, I still believe You are my song. Lord, You are my strength, and You are my psalm. I invite you to come to the Lord, allowing Him to reharmonize your soul and grant you His profound peace. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May He lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. May you find renewed strength, abiding peace, and a fresh song of hope that rises above every circumstance, knowing that the heavens declare His glory, and He is your rock and your redeemer.